Hello, I'm Brad Pierce. This is Beverages with Brad.
Hey, it's me, Randall.
And Randall is a comedian. He is a basketball phenom.
I work with kids.
He's a teacher of sorts. When did you want to start doing comedy?
I want to say kind of like my whole life, but as a fourth grader, I went home every day after school, popped in my Dumb and Dumber VHS while doing my homework, and I loved it.
So is it fair to say that your two passions are comedy and basketball?
That's very fair. I had good coaches and stuff, but it wasn't like someone's like, hey, here's what you need to be doing every day to get better. So I like train kids. Inside of this rough exterior is just
a big heart.
A child. Let's say it's X amount of years of you always, I don't know, you probably relate when you're like, here's an idea, I'm running with it, this and that, and then like the next day, or maybe you're not a psycho like me, next day you're a totally different person, you're like, what was I thinking? It's like the negative self-talk. Like,
so you did right, but you just trashed everything.
Right. You talk yourself out of it.
Your first jumping into the stand-up comedy pool.
Out of control. Always wanted to do it. Someone kind of pushed me into it, which was awesome. As you're doing your job, you're like, well, this just shows that I can't do a normal job. I've really got to be a comic. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, the reason you tell your boss, hey, the reason I'm so bad here is because I was destined to be a comedian.
But then, like, and you have that in the back of your head, but then someone else, an outsider who you wouldn't even expect it from, is like, hey, like, you got to do comedy or something. You got to, you know.
You're like, you're damn right I should.
No, you're like, yeah, you don't know shit. No, that's really what it's like. Because again, that's kind of that whole like, yeah, but they don't know.
Yeah.
But then if a bunch of other people tell you, like even I remember being in like middle school.
You needed people to give you that support, that push. How can we focus with that kid there? How? Look at him.
I hate him.
Look at his smug face. So you did this class, you did this stand-up class. You go in there and they're like, all right, go up, and you had nothing.
First thing I did, I was like, hey, so here I am. Yeah, right before I went up, and I was talking about this. I did like what you would call riffing. As a matter of fact, yeah, but like, you know, like where you so nervous that you black out.
Are you still nervous up there?
It depends. See, that's the worst part, is that some days like I'm a different person. IDTV one day if I ever end up killing anyone.
This is definitely, yeah, we're gonna figure out where it started, where he started to lose his mind. Your depression, the things that you vent about on stage. Did you know right away, like, hey, I'd like to use comedy as like a form of therapy for this?
I've always wanted to share my perspective on things and my story, because you almost want to be like, there's a reason for the way I act like this.
I suffer from depression. But it's manic depression, so it's like a fun and unpredictable kind. I can be pretty erratic emotionally, socially, make others feel uncomfortable.
So you use comedy to say, hey guys, you know how you think I'm a little nuts sometimes? Here's why. And you use the stage to tell that story.
Yeah. And I've also, like, kind of with the whole mentoring and helping out kids in basketball, I see myself in some of these kids, and I know that their parent or coach doesn't really see what's going. You know what's weird? Now that you're asking this question, I almost want to be like, I'm fine. I don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, but you'd be lying.
Right.
Oh, if I'm not famous, like I failed or something. Where are you at with that?
I think
because you gave me shit the other day when I told you that that's not my goal. You called me a pussy, which I appreciaed that. I did. I thought that was nice.
You kind of gave the, oh well, you know, I just do it for just to do it, like da-da-da.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to make it bigger or anything like that. But I do want to get better, and I do want to perform more. I guess beyond that, I don't really think about it. If that makes sense.
I just called you a pussy because I'm a bully.
So do you think the opposite of what I was saying then? Are you like, no, f*** that, I'm going all the way?
I don't want to outkick my coverage, or not outkick my coverage. That was a stupid reference. You got to do it. You got to shoot for the moon. But the thing is, you also got to take it one day at a time.
You'll probably recognize my next guest, Ben Smith, who's been on almost every episode, and he likes to just mock everybody who's on the...
Against your will most of the time.
If you thought you were going to be on camera, do you think you'd do something with your hair, or you just show up?
You're asking me that? Look at my hair.
Yeah,
that happens.
I shaved. That's the amount of work I do for a shoot. I shaved.
What I was going to say is that my girlfriend encourages me to have this, but I think it's because I look like a maniac. Like no other woman would approach me.
Yeah. Pube fuzz on your chin.
I say eyelashes.
Because if that was shaved off, they'd be flocking to it.
throwing panties at him.
That's true.
My best set still could have been better, and that's how you got to think of it.
Because I hate telling Brad jokes because he thinks everything is funny.
I know.
And that you're such a nice guy.
Well, thank you.
No, you're such a nice guy, but he'll straight up tell me, even if it is a good joke, he'll tell me it's a bad joke.
I don't think The Big Bang Theory is funny, if that helps. I don't think everything's funny. I hate that show.
I hate when people are like...
I'm not as big as a snob as you two.
I'd like to be big enough where me being a cameo in some movie is like the greatest thing ever.
It's like a big deal. Did you see that Seinfeld got Obama on Comedians with Cars? He definitely did that to one up me for Beverages with Brad.
Why?
Because I'm catching so much.
Why did he say no to you and yes to Seinfeld?
Yeah, I don't know. It's bullshit, man. It's all politics.
How we doing? Alan, my buddy Brad.
This is Alan Moreau, Brad Pierce.